DeAndre Hopkins is going from microwave TV dinner Salisbury steak to Wagyu beef. From Will Levis and Mason Rudolph to Patrick Mahomes. This is like going from Bob Costas to Brian Anderson. From a Mets-Guardians World Series matchup to Yankees-Dodgers. Like going from Bronny James to LeBron James. What a great situation this is going to be for DeAndre Hopkins. And just fantasy take quick, I think he's going to be a monster for the Kansas City Chiefs, starting as early as this Sunday on the road in Las Vegas against the Raiders. Like, I don't think this is going to be DeAndre Hopkins stinks. I think if you've got him in fantasy and you've held on to him all this time with the Titans through the misery, I think like we have broken out of Shawshank and we're on the other side. And now I think DeAndre Hopkins will be a beast the rest of the season for fantasy football in this offense, catching passes from the great Patrick Mahomes. But that is the fantasy spin. Now, let's talk real life. And let's talk bets. And I'm going to start by saying, just like miss me with the DeAndre Hopkins is washed bullcrap. Love that word. Bullcrap. This like makes me think of Denny Green and like the great press conference when the Cardinals, he used bull S. I kind of want to use that also. We're a family-friendly show and I can't. Bullcrap. DeAndre Hopkins is 32. Like, that's true. Understand? Like, he's on the wrong side of 30. And he has done nothing this season. It's true. Trust me. I know. But DeAndre Hopkins now gets the single greatest tonic known to man. And honestly, I think that we, as a human race, as a species, I think that we have collectively failed. Because we have, under our very noses, in front of our very eyes, the cure to aging, disease, and illness. It's right here. Hey, you get diagnosed with a terrible disease. All you got to do, sign with the Kansas City Chiefs. You'll be healthy the next day. Wife leaves you? Just go run some routes for Patrick Mahomes in practice. You'll have an Instagram model on your arm in no time. We call it the Kansas City Chiefs car wash. You stink? Guess what? You go through that car wash and you come out a brand new person. You can be sick. You can be injured. You can be old. It doesn't make a difference. You sign with the Kansas City Chiefs and you are good as new. How about Kareem Hunt and Juju Smith-Schuster? Juju Smith-Schuster was cut before the season by the New England Patriots. Not the Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Rob Gronkowski New England Patriots. The Jacoby Brissett, Jalen Polk, Kayshawn, booty, rocking everywhere. New England Patriots. Doing TikToks like he's 16 years old. Signed by Kansas City? Oh, no problem. Here's a 100-yard receiving game. What? Kareem Hunt was literally on the street. I don't know if he's like living on the street. He probably lives in a really nice home. But you understand, he's not on a roster. Signed by Kansas City? Here's a couple 100-yard games. Just going to, like, run really hard, not on a roster everyone thought was washed up, just signs with Kansas City. Yeah, he's going to be the best running back on the best team in the league. Just absolutely ridiculous. This is the power of Patrick Mahomes and the power of Andy Reid. So, yes, DeAndre Hopkins has outright stunk. He has been miserable. He has been terrible this season. Was terrible for the Tennessee Titans. But now he gets to catch passes from Patrick Mahomes. And he's their number one receiver. Because Xavier Worthy, I like Xavier Worthy a lot, but I think we can all acknowledge, even the most, like red-colored Kansas City Chiefs glasses-wearing fans, most optimistic fantasy players with Xavier Worthy, I think he's going to be really good. I think we can all acknowledge, though, Xavier Worthy is not ready for that role to be the number one in Kansas City. It would have happened after the bye week. It didn't. So Xavier Worthy's not ready. Juju Smith-Schuster is banged up. He's going to miss this upcoming game for the Kansas City Chiefs. DeAndre Hopkins walks onto the field, and he's the number one receiver. Maybe not the number one pass catcher because Travis Kelce's still there, but the number one wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. And here's my question. Do people really think this is not going to go well? That Hopkins isn't going to put up numbers in this offense? I want people to hearken back for a second. I know people's memories are really bad, mine included. Do we remember this? Year one of You Better You Bet, because I have to always make it about me in the show. Sorry, I have the microphone. 2019. It's actually January 2020, before the world comes to a stop. The Chiefs are hosting the Houston Texans in the divisional round. How long ago was this? Deshaun Watson was still a really good NFL quarterback. Deshaun Watson quarterbacks the Houston Texans to the division round. They beat the Bills and Josh Allen in the wild card round. I middled the game. Texans minus 2.5, Bills plus 3.5, Texans by 3 in overtime. Shout out to me. And in this divisional round, DeAndre Hopkins and the Houston Texans go up 21-0 on the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Final score of the game, Chiefs 51, Texans 31. Down 21-0, they still cover the spread. I honestly, I can't believe it's already week 8 in the NFL. Not just here's where we are in the week. I can't believe here's where we are, Baldy, in the season. And week 8, I feel like the NFL work week begins really on Wednesday, right? In the media world, at least, because that's when the injury reports come out, and that's really when things start kicking into high gear. And we woke up on Wednesday morning, cue The Sopranos, and DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I opened the show, Baldy, saying, I think this is a big deal for them. I think he's going to be awesome in that offense, catching passes from Patrick Mahomes. So would love your thought on Hopkins and how this helps Kansas City over the balance of the season. And then also your thoughts on the Chiefs, who are a 10-point road favorite this week in Las Vegas against the patron saint of covering big numbers as an underdog. Because I'll tell you what, you're down by 8. Antonio Pierce would love to kick a field goal to make it a 5-point game instead of going for it. So Hopkins with the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs laying 10 at the Raiders.
Yeah. Nick, I just saw the Chiefs last weekend beat the 49ers at the Big Levi. And, they're not a dynamic offense right now. In fact, it's the first time I can ever remember in Andy Reid's 25 years, or however long it's been, 26 years, that they've actually run the ball through the first 7 games more than they've thrown it. And it's partly because the passing game is just not very effective. And they just keep losing receivers. So I think DeAndre is going to fit in. They need a big X receiver, not a little fast guy. They need a big X receiver that you can throw back shoulder fades to, that you can throw jump balls to, you can throw comebacks to, and you can get first downs and move the sticks. And that's what DeAndre is. He's a sure-handed, very good football player. He's a good blocker out there in space. But he needs a big receiver out there. And I think it's exactly – look, Amari Cooper's going to work out great in Buffalo. We'll see about, Devontae. But I think this is a great move for the Chiefs. And, maybe Hollywood Brown comes back and, some things happen. But, honestly, this is exactly what they needed.
I want everyone – close your eyes and picture this in your mind's eye. It's January. It's cold. Every out-of-shape person is at the gym getting in that workout. God bless them. The Kansas City Chiefs offense, barring injury, Patrick Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, back from injury, Kareem Hunt, change of pace, 50 times better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, who's going to be back for the playoffs, and Andy Reid said to the media like an hour ago that he's ahead of schedule with the shoulder injury, and a guy you might have heard of who dates a girl you might have heard of, Travis Kelce. Coached by Andy Reid and defensively coordinated by future Hall of Fame defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. Now open your stupid eyes. Who's beating this team? Who's beating this team? I want someone to tell who's beating this team. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have been amazing this season. They have now 4 straight AFC Offensive Player of the Week awards to their name. If the season ended today, Lamar Jackson would be the most valuable player. Lamar Jackson has been the best player better than Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson has been the best player in the NFL this season. Also, hashtag GTC. Give me the Chiefs. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, 5-2. The Bills just traded for the thing they needed the most. An outside receiver that can actually separate and open things up for everyone else in Amari Cooper. Also, hashtag GTC. Give me the Chiefs. The Houston Texans have an offensive play caller who has oatmeal for brains in Bobby Slowick. GTC, give me the Chiefs. The I can't say it without the New York Jets are just the New York Jets. No further explanation required. GTC, give me the Chiefs. The Pittsburgh Steelers are quarterbacked by Russell Wilson. That's good on a Sunday night against Jeff Ulbrich. Not great on a Sunday afternoon in January against Steve Spagnuolo. GTC, give me the Chiefs. The Bengals defense folds like a cheap suit against great offenses. GTC, give me the Chiefs. The LA Chargers' number one receiver last night was their backup tight end. What about Will Dissly? GTC, give me the Chiefs. Anyone else? Am I missing anybody in this conference? Am I missing anybody in the NFL?